said, baby, don't you want to go to the land of California, my sweet home, Chicago? Well, 101 is 2. Hi everybody, Martin from the Washboard Resonators. Let's learn Sweet Home Chicago. So this is a Robert Johnson tune. I'm going to show you how Robert Johnson plays it. I'll show you some variations for solos and things that Robert Johnson doesn't do. Little ways to make it interesting, make it unique. So on the recording by Robert Johnson from 1936, he's basically in F and a little bit sharper. But he's playing out of E positions. I'm going to take this capo off now, so we're going to basically be in E standard to learn the song. So let's look at the intro. You go to the 12th fret, you put your little finger on the high string and this finger on the G string. Do a pinch. And you do these notes here. So what have we got there? We've got those notes. This G string note just goes down 1. You go down again. Then you make this shape. Now some people, you might not know what this is, but this is, you might have heard of a long A. When you play an A7, you play an A major. Then you put this little finger down. If you do that, that's an A major. That's a very standard move in blues. Well, we're just doing the same thing, but relating it to the E. So now that that little finger's on that E note, we've got an E. Yep. Then we're going to go to do it. We're going to use the same shape, and we're going to do a little thing on the B7 to start the song. So that's a B now. That's the B note on the top string. We're going to take that away. So we've got a B7. Okay, then we start the song. So let's just put that into context slowly. Then the song starts. Okay, verse section now. How do we play that? Open E, this finger, fret 2, string 5. Just play the 2 together. You could use this finger and do that, or I like to use this little finger. It's up to you. Go fret 4, fret 5 on the 5th string, fret 4. Okay, so we've all heard that shuffle pattern. Some people say Robert Johnson invented that. Look at my hair, just had it cut. I'll do a load of Robert Johnson history videos, and we'll talk about whether he invented the shuffle. I think his housemate stole that guitar idea, recorded it before him, a few months before he recorded, but we'll get to that one day. In the meantime, let's just do that shuffle pattern over again. You've all heard this on like Chuck Berry songs and all kinds of stuff. It's basically copying a certain piano figure that a lot of blues pianists used to use in the 20s and 30s for guitar. So, we've got the E chord of the song, then we move the whole thing down. We use the A chord as the A string as the bass. Do the same thing. Back to E, so we're just going to move these fingers back to the 5th string. And you repeat. Back again. Back to the E. And then we're going to go B7, A7, E, B7. So the basic form of this song is oh, E, baby, baby, don't you want to go A7, E. I said no, oh, A7, baby, don't you want to go E to the B7, land of California, A7, my sweet home, Chicago. Repeat. Robert Johnson does these weird little stumbly bits where the string rings out. Let me teach you how that works. So when he's motoring along, oh, baby, don't you want to go? Comes now. Oh, baby, don't you want to go? It's gonna come now. To the land of California. Okay, you hear where those little things happen? Well, what you do, so you're doing that shuffle, and where they come, you play an E chord, you hammer on this note, and then you can brush. Sometimes he actually does the B and the E, but I like to sort of go. Okay, so it's a slow. So you're going to go open G, hammer on the first finger, ring those notes, but you still keep that shuffle going. But you don't touch these strings to cut them off. Years ago, that took me ages to figure that out. Oh man, I've just shared with you hours of messing around. So the next section, the B7 section. From the land of California. So it's a B7. Do we know a B7 chord? Okay, think of a D7. Do we all know D7, yeah? What you're going to do is, you're just going to move that whole thing up. So you're starting on this string here. The land of California, and I like to put my little finger on this F sharp note, which is on the top string. Land of California. And one of my favourite. This is a lick for you to use in loads of tunes. My sweet home, Chicago. What is this? Okay, so you got the B7. Okay. To my sweet home, Chicago. So what you're going to do when you get to that, so that's over the A7 part of the chords. First string, fret 7, B, fret 8 on the B string, and you bend them to sound like a bit like a tray whistle. So you can use that in all kinds of blues kind of songs. You can squeeze them in, either as part of the E chord, they work, or as part of an A chord. There's the A, here's the E. There's the A, underpinning, just so you can hear how it kind of harmonises. By the way, if you're interested in taking basic chords and developing your blues to become more kind of fancy and getting around the neck, I've got a video which I'll flash up now, and I'll link it in the comments, the description. Also, like, subscribe, comment, and join the mailing list for me and Jack, the Washboard Resonators. It helps us share our music and keep blues alive. Thank you. We got that. And then what Robert Johnson does is to kind of stab the E and do a very standard blues turnaround. And what is that? It's, you're going to put this finger on the G string at fret 4, this finger on the B string, fret 3, and you're just going to hear that against the E. Just do one of those little hammer-ons. That's a move that if you want to do acoustic blues, if you can't do it already, learn that. So much of the acoustic blues playing, people use a lot of that hammer on. Just gets used all the time. It's a really quick, it's like a flick. Anyway, so yeah, turn around. B7 again. 1 and 1 is 2. Start again. So there you go. You've got the basic sense there of what you need to back up Sweet Home Chicago very much in the Robert Johnson style. It's about probably 90%, 85-90% correct to him. I'm going to show you some variations now, and what I'm going to do, you know, just to be fun, this is a 1929 Gibson that's the exact same that you see on the Robert Johnson pictures. No binding. They made this for about 8 or 9 months with no binding. It's the exact same model that I do believe he owned. I'll share that in future videos. Check the playlists. I also have the other guitar. If you look at the other photograph of Robert Johnson, he's using a KG14. You can only see a bit of the guitar, but from the measurements of the 12th fret dots, that's how you tell there was a KG14. I also have the exact same capo that he's using on that picture here, 1930s capo. So I've swapped guitar, just so you can hear the two guitars. Tell me which one you prefer, which one sounds the best. So in terms of variations, let's look at a few things. The first variation I do, I play this live, often with my trio, Lead City Stompers. We do it quite a lot faster than Robert Johnson. Oh! And that gives it a certain drive, more of like an electric band sound, a post-1950s blues sound, but we're still playing it acoustically. I like to put little things in. Oh, baby, don't you want to go? Those triplets. That's your E, make it an E7 by putting your finger on fret 3 at the B string, and just... So for every one beat, you're going to play 3 beats. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3. Oh. The shuffle rhythm, by its nature, is a triplet-based rhythm where you miss the middle note out. So it's actually very much it's a rhythm based in threes. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And the subdivision, where you feel that backbeat, just feels like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, but it's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So adding triplets, I'm playing the right note, is a big part of this kind of thing. So I'm really a bass player. So when I'm playing acoustic blues, I like to add in bass lines, especially solo. Sometimes when I play solos in this song, I'll do the first one playing like bass lines, and the next one I'll do fancier up and down the neck stuff, which I'll show you coming up now. So the first thing is, you finish singing, to land of California, they're my sweet home, Chicago. So solo 1, bass line, or boogie walking bass line. Show you like a solo 2 idea shortly. So a walking bass line is basically you're spelling out the chords, often with the very basic notes in the chord. The root of the chord is an E. Fret 4 on the E string is the 3rd note in the chord. Then if you go to fret 2 on the A string, that is the 5th note in the chord. So on a very basic level, you can you're now doing like a kind of bass driven. Imagine like a piano player, ding 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 ding, and they might do a solo going ding 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 ding, and they kind of put the onus on the left hand and the bass figures. That's what we're kind of thinking. We're thinking like a pianist here. I like to go to this note now on the 4th fret of the A string, which is the 6th note of the scale, and then up to the 5th there, and go back down. So that's a nice thing. And then while you're doing that with your thumb, you can be adding like almost like little chink, little high things like a pianist would. Yeah. Then actually we go to that A chord quickly, don't we? To reverse it. E. Maybe play the bass lines as a triplet. So let's put all that together. The first chord, E, A, E. So you're playing dong, leaving a gap, and playing them as triplets. Back to A. Maybe you do that walking pattern, that shuffle pattern again. right? So I'm just making it like a monotonic bass and giving the right hand of the piano to do some stuff. Open A, fret 1 to the B, so we're walking down to the B7. Putting triplets against that A, you could walk it. Slide down to the B7, start again. So that's more like a walking kind of pattern. Solo 1, solo 2. Let's now do something a bit more bluesy like this. Sometimes when you're playing this kind of music, it's nice to think like a horn section. They'll go bam, ba-dum, ba-dum, boom, ba-dum, bam, ba-dum, dum, dum. It's like a question and answer. You're making a statement. So, especially for solo blues players, play the chord so the audience know, that's where the chord is. Then do a lick. So I'm just using a minor pentatonic scale. So it's just the open strings, to make it simple, the open strings on the top 2 strings and the 3rd fret. And we're going to go to that A. We're going to stay, so we're playing an open A string. And do that same lick that we used using the song. Play the E again. Now I'm going to go to the 5th fret against the open string. Play them together so they're kind of in unison, they shimmer. Remember we did that walk down? Well, you use that first shape of that walk down. So now on fret 2 of the G string, and open, and then on the D string. Make it really minor sounding, very bluesy. You can put your finger down on fret 9. You can play the E again. You could even use 12th fret of the B string, fret 10 of the high E. Very bluesy. Then when we go to the B7, there's loads of things you could do, but what I was doing there was, basically, you might all know this B7 shape. You think of a barred B7 chord, so you're getting all those notes pressed down. Then I like to simplify it. You can either play it as like a D shape. You need to put the bass in if you play, especially if you're with a band. But if you're playing by yourself, you can take that voicing of the B7. You can play it a bit like that. That's a B7. So you've gone. Slide into it. Just go 1, 2, 3, 4 frets up. On the B and the E string, mess about with that, sound bluesy. Do the same again, but so going from the B7, that's the B, to the A, E, so there you go. You've got Robert Johnson, pretty accurate. Ideas of mine for how you can play solos or do things that expand underneath the singing to make it a bit more your own. We've also heard the 2 Robert Johnson guitars that we know he was photographed with. Which sounds best? Which one's cool? 1929 Gibson L1. This is a 1938. I think Robert Johnson's was a 37 because he must have bought it in 37. But Kalamazoo KG14, which is cool. Drop it in the comments, like, subscribe, comment, all that kind of stuff. It just really helps us. We're professional musicians, me and Jack. We do this channel, we share videos, we gig. Come and support us, come and see what we're all about. It's all fantastic. Bye for now.